Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Ready? You ready? 5-9. And it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Kill. Jim, X3, 218, chop. 5-8.
Throwing now is Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And Diggs has it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Switch up. Easy, opposite. Touchdown, defense.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Tight dog, over. Sammy! Bravo!
Now Breeze. And he's able to find Diggs. And this is good for a first down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Breeze. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Breeze on third down. Flush to it. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 25, check 25. Kill.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go. Alert flare.
They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Just like that.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check Mike 54.
Now Elliott. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Check. Watch 54. Kill.
First down, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Kill. Kill.
Prescott on first down. And this one's incomplete. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. They'll throw again. Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. This will be from 56 yards out. And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
To throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this is good for a 1st down. His 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Kill.
Here's Breeze. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. 36.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Steps away to his left. It's complete to Diggs. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Breeze. He'll dump this off to Cook. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Breeze again. Left side caught by Diggs. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Opposite. He's crashing. He's kill.
On first down, Breeze. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Corey Legion busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Check, cross. Hey, I-7. Switch gears. Check.
2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back.
Pick it up. 13. 50, mark 50.
From the gun, it's Breeze. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
Ready? 95, 56. Double time. Hey, 4 down. Kill. Check 50.
Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man. It's Eifert. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 6 there on first. Throwing again on second down. Prescott.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Prescott looks to throw on first. 20! And that's complete. It's Green here. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Prescott. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 16.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Breeze going to throw. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So we've reached halftime. Who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? 2 more quarters to go. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing. Prescott. And the catch good. It's Eifert. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he'll have his man, that's Cooper. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Prescott from the gun. Caught Eifert over the middle. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 47-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Elliott. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That one good for 33 and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. And now he'll tuck it and run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero. Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
They come out here in the I. Here's another 2nd and goal, this time from half the distance closer. And it's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down. On the sneak, it's Prescott. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now.
Mike's 50. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And Diggs has it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Ready?
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
61, matchbox, lights. 11.
Now Breeze. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Here we go, G, get off the field. Back. 22 jet bomber. You're good. I fool, ready. Get on.
Breeze to throw again. And his throw is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
53.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards. Up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Kill. Check 13. 80 weapon. Hey, Haywood.
Breeze now. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The throw over the middle taken in. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Topper!
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready. 95-56. Over.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's able to find Diggs. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
Ready.
Breeze now after the pick on the last drive. 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And some room to work. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. 24 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken at the 3. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Cowboys. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, 71 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Vikings 24, Cowboys 14. Stephen
Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
They're going to need some therapy.
Here's Prescott. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Oh, what a juke into space. Well, some credit there to A.J. Green because he's so tough to cover. Sometimes he causes those penalties.
And he's one of the more difficult guys to cover in the NFL because of his ability to do just about anything on a route. Hard to do. Creates a lot of pass interference calls.
First down, Prescott. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Right here, right here.
To throw is Prescott. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
26. 47. 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And, man, Charles, talk about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Bryant's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Breeze to throw. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Now Hausch could attack on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score, Vikings 31, Cowboys 21.
Hausch now to send this one away following the score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Open man is Hill. He's got it. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man, it's Eifert. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To the air again, Prescott. Complete to Bryant. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Mike, here we go. Mike, 5-4. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Here we go, 47. Echo. Check. Here we go, going to 53. Hot. 26.
Prescott on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here to have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, over.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Alex Anzalone in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now Prescott. That one complete to Hill. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now Prescott, flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Throwing, Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. Charles, let's focus for a second on the losing side. In a couple months, they may look back and say, wow, it was a great season. But right now, I guarantee they're feeling no sugarcoating on this one.
And you can already see the T-shirts at training camp next year, can't you? Unfinished business. Because they've got to find a way to motivate these guys to go through all the same pain, right? All the same tough stuff, and find their way back and give themselves a chance to win this game again next year.
And that will do it for this one. For Charles Davis, myself, and the entire crew, we'll see you in 2 weeks at the Super Bowl.
Feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want. Yeah, I pissed so my frustration. I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up?